This is Speak Up on the CW Philly.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Speak Up here on the CW Philly. I'm Natasha Brown. A national conference about women and leadership is coming to Philadelphia this month, and we're going to tell you all about that in just a bit. But first, this morning, today is World Mental Health Day. The first ever Blue Jean Gala will take place later tonight at the Haverford School in Haverford in honor of it. Proceeds raised will go to Minding Your Mind Foundation, and the foundation's goal is to reduce the stigma that is associated with mental health issues. And joining me this morning from the foundation is Melissa Ho. Melissa, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate this.
Thank
you.
Well,
tell me a little bit about what's going to happen here at the conference.
Okay, so at the gala, you mean?
Yeah, the gala.
So the gala, it's the first ever. It's going to be on Sunday. We're going to have some cocktails. There's going to be great presentations. Dr. Dan Gottlieb is going to actually receive an award. He is the host of Voices in the Family on WHYY. We also have former Miss USA, Tara Connor, coming, which is very cool. And Jared Cuddy is the president and CEO of Beneficial Bank, and he's going to be hosting. So really, it's gathering people to show them that, you know, we're doing things to stomp out this stigma and negative attitude of mental health. And all the money we raise is going to fund the programs that Minding Your Mind has.
Yeah, well, tell me a little bit about some of those programs.
Some of the programs consist of, we have a program called Empowered Minds. This is where young adults, including myself, will share their story of mental health recovery. So basically, I'll go into a school. I actually speak a lot this week, and I will sit on stage, you know, in an assembly, share my story of mental health recovery. At 5, I started showing signs of obsessive compulsive disorder and was diagnosed at 12. At 16, was diagnosed with depression. I actually tried to take my life because of bullying, and you know, I just felt so worthless, like nobody understood me. So basically, over time, I was getting help, and at 19, I started doing advocacy work. I contacted Minding Your Mind, and they were so open, and I learned about a program called Empowered Minds. And this was a program that I could go speak and share my story and say, you know what, I struggled, but guess what, there is hope. So I now am in schools, and we really want to educate not just students, not just the young adults, but the faculty, the administrators, and parents. We have parents' nights as well, because we think it's important for everyone to know that it's not just mental illness we deal with, it's mental health issues. Everybody goes through things during the day. Everyone goes through things in their life, and it's about coping. So that's the one major program we have. The other one is a forum every year. It's a mental health forum. It takes place in May for Mental Health Awareness Month. And basically, this past forum, I was actually able to speak, and we had world-class actors from Word Theater. It's basically actors that have interest in mental health. They for some reason, you know, whether it's personal, whether it's someone in their family, whether it's just an interest, they came and performed things from like Winnie the Pooh. Like Eeyore is always depressed, so you know, you have the actor from Twilight doing Eeyore. Also, we had like John Hurd come, and they reenacted like Abe Lincoln, and it was just so amazing to see all the history that there is mental health in this world, and we don't realize it, that it's just there.
Now for you, you said at 5 years old, as early as 5, you started showing symptoms of obsessive compulsive disorder?
My mom, you know, I was touching corners of tables. I would stare at light switches, and I'd turn them on and off, looking at objects for hours on end. I'd be in my bedroom for 4 hours, not going to play with my friends. And we didn't know why, but what I did know was I had a thought in my head, and the thought turned into an obsession. So it would be, someone's gonna die, I'm gonna die, something bad will happen, or I'll have no friends. What happens then is it causes physical pain, because it's physiological. So I would, you know, get pins and needles in my arms and legs. My stomach would hurt, I wouldn't eat, you know, I couldn't sleep. I just felt so different. But at 5, you know, you don't realize that's wrong. You know, you don't realize that your mom's talking to your grandmom saying, you know, this is weird, my child's doing something different. And for 7 years, I was told to hide these things from others, so people didn't think I was weird.
Yeah.
So.
And that's something that you're trying to obviously, you know, never have another child have to experience.
Yeah, it was hard hiding. At 12, I was finally diagnosed, and we went to a therapist. And really, the therapist didn't help me because they didn't have expertise in obsessive compulsive disorder. It's very not many people have it, but a lot of people have anxiety disorders, but OCD is the hardest to fight. So until I found a study at UPenn, I wasn't getting help. But I didn't know I had a voice. I didn't know that I could say this medicine is horrible. This medicine gives me horrible side effects, or, you know, I'm not getting better. I had no idea that there was a such thing as a voice in mental health. I thought if I was sick with physical pains, I could say, Mom, I don't feel good, can I have medicine? But since I was told to hide, it was like, you're not allowed to express how you're feeling.
Yeah. And so you go into the schools because you want other kids to know that they don't have to hide if they feel different, if they feel like something's wrong. You want them to be able to talk to parents, and also you want to talk to parents about how they should respond to their kids if they notice any changes in their behavior.
Yeah, and you know, when I go to these schools, I don't just talk about myself. I don't just talk about my experiences. I bring it into that and say, you know what, at 16 I wanted to take my life because a boy gave me the finger. And that goes into, well, guess what? We don't know what others go through in life, whether or not you have a mental illness. So if I'm driving and I get cut off and I give someone the finger, what if they just found out, you know, their father had a heart attack? What if I just found out, you know, that my mom had cancer? I wouldn't know what someone's going through. So they're giving me the finger, or, you know, they're cutting me off because they're struggling. And I just fed them. You know, I was so negative to them that maybe they're going to do something for themselves. And a lot of times I go into that, like, we don't know what's going on in others' lives. So it's about respecting others. It's about not judging others, not bullying. But it's also about, you know, finding coping mechanisms to help you through situations. It's about, you know, being yourself, following your dreams. And I actually end my speech with the Cupid Shuffle, which I'm not sure if many people know.
Okay.
It's a hip-hop dance from 2006.
I think I might remember that one.
Do you do it on the show?
Never done it on the show, but I do. So you always do that to kind of like leave a happy ending in a sense. With the
basically, it's, you know, choreographed, but at one point it's walk it by yourself. And as I'm speaking, I'm saying, you know, we have to talk about issues, we have to talk about mental health, but we have to be ourselves. So I tell them, you know, if I see someone doing the same thing, I'm kicking you off stage. So everyone's doing this crazy dances on stage, and the crowd gets into it, and everyone's cheering. And the feedback I get on Facebook and from the teachers is, wow, these kids are talking about health now. They're talking about their issues. They're, you know, telling friends to go to the counseling center. The biggest thing I hear is, you know, I feel like I'm not alone, which is huge.
Yeah, and you're making a difference, and we really appreciate you sharing your personal story.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, and good luck with the gala.
Thank you. It's going to be fun.
Okay, great. Well, that's going to do it for this particular segment. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Speak Up on the CW Philly. More when we come back.